Hi, this week we're going to be joined by some extra special guests. I think you're in for a real treat. This week's episode is all about the kids. We're going to hear about their thoughts, their experiences going to Disneyland. This is episode 5. I'm Sariah.
I'm Aurora.
I'm Esther.
I'm Jared.
I'm Naomi.
And together we're
Just your average Disney travelers.
Okay, we're back. I'm taking a little step off camera so that we can focus on the kids. These are my nieces and one of my nephews. We've already met Aurora. You know her. So let's get to know her cousins a little bit. Esther, you want to start?
Yeah, I'm Esther. I'm 17 years old, and I like doing theater.
Okay.
I'm Jared. I'm 15 and I like hiking a lot.
I'm Naomi, I'm 10 years old, and I love elephants, and I also love theater.
Great. Okay, and Esther, can you tell us a little bit about your family's experience with Disneyland?
Oh gosh. So we've been 3 times in the last 7 years. There are actually 2 more. There's 2 more kids. There's 2 boys, a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. And the last time we went was 2 years ago. We were planning on doing another trip this fall and another in the spring, but that's clearly not happening now. But
Yeah, sad face.
sad face, all the sad faces.
Yeah. And the 6-year-old helped with some of the decorations that you see behind them. Those of you that are on podcast, you won't be able to see this, but the 6-year-old cut out Mickey heads all by himself. And Naomi made the castle all by herself, which I thought she did an excellent job. They all did. So that's thanks to them. All right. Okay, I think we're ready to start. So I'm going to ask some questions, and this is kind of like a panel. They're going to be able to answer and share some of their thoughts and just answer honestly some of the things that they want to share with us, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of fun too. Okay, the first one is, what is your favorite part about going to Disneyland?
Oh, crap.
I'm just gonna say one. That's a very broad thing.
It is.
But just the rides in general. Might not be like my very favorite thing, but it's one of the favorites. Just the rides in general.
That's one of your favorite parts, riding rides.
Yeah.
That's good.
I like the atmosphere. It's like I
That's
could just
true,
go on
yeah.
and not do. I could just go and not do any rides and just like sit there in any part of Disneyland and just soak in the atmosphere of it.
I love Fantasmic, the show. It's just so fun. Like, I just love the fire-breathing dragon at the end. They're just like, and you can feel the heat from like quite far away, and you're just like, ah!
Yeah.
No, the pirate ship.
I always wonder how Mickey doesn't like burn up. I mean, you can feel the heat from all the way across.
It's magic.
But
It is magic, sir.
All right, do you have a favorite thing to share, Jared?
Guess you could like meet all these characters. It's cool.
Right out of the storybooks you grew up with and the movies you grew up with, right?
Yup.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Okay, the next question. What is your favorite attraction?
Writing off of what he said, the characters. Honestly, that kind of counts as an attraction,
Yeah.
I think. But for me, I think that's what puts it over the edge of other amusement parks. Because with this one, you can really get into like the story, and it's just completely brings it to life with the characters.
I really love the Indiana Jones ride.
Yes.
Yes.
I
yes.
love that ride.
Yes.
Yes.
And we've learned that that's one of
So
Rory's
good.
favorite
Yeah.
rides, too.
She used to be afraid, like she would close her eyes the whole
Terrified
time
of that ride.
until the last time we went.
Because of the idol, it
Oh,
scared
yeah.
her so
Okay, the
bad.
idol
So
did kind of
funny.
look scary.
But because I didn't just watch it the entire time. The first time I looked at it, I looked away,
It
looked
looked
back,
like-
the eyes are already open, looked back, looked again, and it was all red.
Ah.
Like, I didn't see the gravel, it was just all of a
Yeah.
sudden red. I was like,
And that freaked you
Yeah,
out?
but then the last time we went, she was
That's
like,
pretty.
actually, this is now now like the best ride.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I
It is
think
the
didn't
best.
your dad have to? Didn't
Yeah,
Dad
he
have to
bribed me.
bribe you and
He
pay
was like,
you
I'll
money?
give you money if you keep your eyes
did? I
open the
didn't know
entire
that
ride. Yeah, he did. And I was like, yep, I'll do it.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, that's
buddy.
funny.
And then you discovered you loved it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got
And then
money
we went on
and a new
several-
favorite ride.
Yeah.
Other
That's
times.
All right, so that was Jared's favorite. Rory or Naomi?
I love Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It's
really
just, I'm kind of obsessed. 2 years ago, I had a birthday party themed of that ride. I just love that ride so much. And when you go into the tunnel with a whole bunch of dynamite, I always bang it on the bar and go, explode me! Explode me! Like on the top of my lungs, you've never heard this before.
No.
I was sitting next to you one time.
I remember you yelling so but so loud.
Yep. Her mom can confirm. She's off camera too, but she's saying yes, she's witnessed that.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I really like Fantasmic, like I said, and then also like World of Color. Those are like
Some of the
really
night
great.
shows.
Yeah, it's really great. I also love how they can learn how to do projections on the water. That's always amazed me as like a little kid.
They do that in Fantasmic too. Actually.
Yeah,
that's
Not
what I
as
said.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
Both
That's
of
where they
them.
started, I
Yeah.
believe, was with Fantasmic years and years ago.
And they're like, we can make this bigger.
The whole entire show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the next question. What is the hardest part about going to Disneyland with your family? You're not going to get in
gosh.
trouble. Mom promises not to ground anyone or say
So-
they don't get to go again, but be honest. What is the
So
hardest
it's
part?
probably kind of just vacations in general with my family though. It's her.
Oh.
When we're sleeping, we always share a bed, and she freaking climbs on top of me in her sleep every single time without fail. And she doesn't remember it all by morning. I'm just like I'm just asleep, we're nice, you're fine, and then suddenly she climbs on top of me in her sleep, and I'm like, Naomi, get off. And one time she got angry in her sleep, and she started hitting me. This was the last time we went to Disneyland.
I do remember you
So
saying
that
something
happens.
about that the next morning. You're like, yeah, Naomi got angry at me and started attacking me.
In her
Like, what?
sleep.
Things that you'll have to file away and share with her future husband. Like, be aware.
Be aware of this.
You just never know what'll happen.
You know what?
Okay.
I think
Mm-hmm.
I think that what I have trouble with is that everybody is always so slow. Like I'm just sitting here, I'm ready. You guys why aren't you ready yet? I've been waiting here for like an hour now.
Not an hour.
Because you always get up too early and
I
you're
do. I get
sitting
up at
there.
like 5 o'clock and then we leave at like 7.
And I
It's
woke
really
up
annoying.
before you every time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
we,
Esther, to be fair, you do take a lot longer to
Which
get
is
ready.
why I get ready for
I mean, but
earlier.
that's a teenager versus a 10-year-old. That's natural. So,
Mom and I wake up like half an hour before everyone else.
and also because you guys have a large family, it does take a long time to get ready. You have a lot more people to get ready. I'm sure that you guys have to help getting your brothers
Oh,
ready,
yeah.
and so it's more than just getting yourself ready. You've got to wait for the whole family to be ready before you can go. Or anytime when you're in the park, time to move to another area or something, you're waiting for everyone to be ready to continue on.
Which is why, with the youngest one, we actually would get him changed and the clothes he would wear the next day, the night before, to make things smoother. Because we like to be there like half an hour before the gates even open to Disneyland, so that we can be like first in line, get in there quickly.
Yeah. So you prepare ahead of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the
The
other things, guys?
the thing I see that's pretty hard is kids always want everything. Like, oh, I want some giant pretzels. I want some popcorn. I want that Buzz toy.
Which
So
is why we
asking
don't
for a lot
go
of
shopping
things.
at Disneyland.
That's probably a good strategy.
Yeah, I always want
Except
those kids.
sometimes you have to exit a ride by going
definitely
through
one
a
of those.
gift
How you
shop
would
and then
admit
you like
this.
stop for like 10 minutes.
Mom
because
had
you
a
wanna look at
similar-
everything.
Dad and I are no better. One time the rest of the family was waiting for us when my dad and I were at we were at Guardians, and we saw the best picture book ever, and we read the entire book, and then and then the rest of our family was like, "Where were you?" And we're like, "We were reading the best picture book ever."
As they were waiting patiently and then not as patiently for you to finish. So
I was hoping you guys would do that when I first went on that ride, but you guys were like, "Whoa!"
It wasn't there anymore.
I think it's hilarious that Jared's answer was the little kids wanting all that, but then that example was the oldest kid and the dad.
Yeah! Dad's some little kid.
Just another example of how everyone's a kid at heart when you go to Disneyland.
Basically, everyone wants to look at stuff.
So, Rory, did you have an answer for this? Because you're not going to get grounded either.
I forgot having what yet. For me, I had one. Hold up. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's for me. It's like how everyone has like what they want to do, and like they're all. A lot of times it can be like very different, and so then like it can be very chaotic sometimes.
Or not. Are you saying that it's hard to like be patient when it's somebody else doing something you're not interested in? But
well, no, not just that. It's just that everyone has to like what they want to do. Like, like it doesn't always happen, but it does happen where some people want to just
Like, I want to do this, I want to do this.
I mean,
Okay,
like,
we'll get
like
to
everyone's
that.
gonna
We will
do
end up
something,
getting
and
to
then some
this.
people are like,
You're
"Oh, I want
talking
to do
and
something
I
else."
can't.
Yeah.
Everyone has an agenda,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
at Disney.
Yeah, and there are different agendas sometimes, so that can be a little bit, yeah.
Remember,
no, it hasn't really been a problem. Like,
Well, your family's a little smaller.
yeah.
Well, it's not even a problem with us, really, because we just kind
We have
of
everything planned.
It's
we
only had,
do
like,
literally
once or twice.
everything, often multiple times. So we just get everything in.
Yeah.
Is it hard to be patient as the, especially as the older kids, to do the things that the younger kids want to do? Because sometimes it's hard when it's just something that you're not as interested in, or how do you guys handle that?
I am a little kid at heart, so not really.
Yeah.
And especially at
I
Disney.
just enjoy everything at Disney.
Right.
It's Disneyland. You kind of have to love it.
I mean, there are some rides I prefer. I would prefer like more of the throw rides compared to some of the other ones usually.
Yeah.
But like,
Pirates
you're
of the
still at
Caribbean.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean is the best dark ride.
We can all agree to this, I think.
So that's really good. And I think it's also neat that you guys are able to do a good job of being excited for the younger kids as they're experiencing the things that they're excited about. It's fun. You guys like to see their excitement, and you appreciate and enjoy that as much. So that way it's, that part's even still fun for you, and it doesn't become a
We
chore.
also kind of adopt, like, we all have like a kid that we kind of buddy up with while we're at Disneyland. Like, so like I'm almost always like with Naomi at Disneyland, for the most part, and then Jared's almost always with Sam unless he's like on a ride he can't go on. So Sam's the one off camera.
He's the
he's
one.
right there.
So that kind of helps when you're with them and you can experience it together.
Yeah, it helps make it exciting for you too. Yeah, that's cool. That's really good, that compassion and empathy, and be able to share that with your siblings. Okay, ready for the next one? Okay, next question. What is your favorite memory with a character? And you're allowed to have more than one because there are so many good
Could
ones.
I go first?
Yeah.
I have a
This is
really
the
good
same
one.
one.
Good, yeah.
So, when we were asking Winnie the Pooh if he was Team Mickey Bar or Team Dole Whip, what he did was he showed us that you take a Mickey Bar and you put Dole Whip on top of it, and then honey, and then you eat it.
That's awesome. And that's referencing last week's episode that Rory and I did about the food at Disneyland, and we shared a lot of a few photos about that Team Mickey Bar, Team Dole Whip little activity competition we had going on with this family. This, of course, are the cousins that she was referring to, and the pictures that you guys saw on Instagram and Facebook. And so, yeah, that was a really fun I think a lot of those experiences where we asked them that
Oh,
question
those were
was
that added so much to the character interactions because then you went in there with a goal as well, and then seeing their reactions are really funny.
And it was fun when they were characters that could talk, because some of them would say, well, tell me the difference, like tell me about
Right.
this, and help me to know which one, you know, so that
I think
it
that
was
the
fun.
characters that could talk often were more on Team Dole Whip's side, from what I remember.
I couldn't disagree, but you know.
I can remember at least 3 that could talk.
Yeah, well, we got Mickey on.
That's true. Mickey was
Yeah.
certainly on Mickey
And
Bar.
Minnie Mouse.
Well, Donald Duck wasn't, and everyone knows Donald's one number one.
Okay, fine. But
What if
my-
it was Donald Bar? You would
Well,
choose
then I'm
Donald
sure that it
Well,
was
then,
Donald's
duh.
day.
yeah.
Okay, I think Naomi was gonna
Okay.
answer something.
I really liked meeting Cinderella. She so we were talking about Indiana Jones, and she's just like, oh yeah, I know him. We both ran away from the ball.
She was very witty.
It was hilarious.
Also, so like,
not
on the same lines of the Cinderella time, when Aladdin, we had like this board, an autograph board, and Aladdin had characteristically accidentally signed it upside down, and all of the other characters would point it out. I think it's really funny. And Cinderella was like, oh, Aladdin, what was it exactly? It was over, sideways, and under.
Always sideways.
Referencing the song.
Yeah. That's so fun. It's fun when they do that. They're full on character.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
she was the greatest.
My favorite character interaction was when I met Spider-Man, and I was wearing my Spider-Man ears, but then my Loki sweatshirt. And so I walked up, and he was just like, wait.
Go together.
Because, like, really, those characters are like, on complete opposite ends of like, spectrum.
Wait, what?
That's so funny.
It was funny. He was quite confused.
Yeah.
I think my favorite was, so we were at a character dining experience. It was, what's it called? It used to be Surf's Up. It's not Surf's Up anymore.
Oh, now it's Donald.
Donald.
Seaside Restaurant.
Seaside,
yeah.
that's it. And Jared went to the bathroom. While he was gone, Stitch was with us, and he took this as an opportunity for mischief, and he sat down in Jared's chair eating his bacon. He straight up just started eating it. And then,
so funny.
okay, eating it. And then Jared came back, and we were immediately like, oh, hide the bacon! And Jared comes back, and he's like, where did my bacon go? And Stitch is like, it was her. She did it. And we're like, what? No! And you're pointing to her. And then it's like, no, I mean it was Dad. Dad did it. And we're all like, Stitch.
Stitch is so much fun. When we went to that character breakfast, when it was still the Mickey Mouse's Surf Up one, Stitch also came to our table, and he just sat down and he picked up the silverware, one in each hand, and sat on the table and just kind of was like, all right, I'm ready to eat. I'm gonna have breakfast with you.
I think it's hilarious that he hid the bacon from Jared.
Did he put it under a napkin or
He
something?
put it on
Yeah.
the napkin and moved it.
That's funny. Yeah, he is full of mischief. And,
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of fun. Yeah, let's see. There are so many fun experiences. All right, anyone have any runner-ups that they want to share? Or
Oh, Red.
yes, I was
Meeting
thinking that
Red
too.
is
That
she's
was
a newer character. She was like brand new when we first.
And where is she from? In case she's
She's
new.
from Pirates of the Caribbean, Red. Like if you remember, like the We Want the Redhead, that's
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
And
Which of course our family. Those of you who are not watching, if you haven't seen the photos yet, these kids are. Most of the ones that are with us today are redheads. So
All of
we-
us,
except
except
for
for
Naomi.
All
Yeah.
except that one.
Yeah, Naomi is she's the
the outcast.
odd girl out. But anyhow, so we all kind of have a special attachment to that. We want the redhead. We kind of miss that line. We kind of chant it now still when we go through that.
okay, we're not the only ones. Every time I hear somebody else saying
yeah.
it.
So anyway, now you can continue. Now that we
Okay,
explained
so
who
she
Red
is so fun. She has this like the best attitude ever, and oh my gosh, like after meeting her, I was just like in a high of red spirit all day.
Red pride.
Red pride.
Yep.
She did think it was cool that there were so many redheads in our group, too.
Yeah, she's, oh my gosh, she's so fun. I can't remember exactly like, things that she did. She was on Team Dole Whip though. I'm gonna keep saying that.
She likes pineapple.
She likes
probably.
tropical islands.
That's probably true.
yeah.
And she was also one of the ones that was a little inquisitive and like, tell me about these
Churros.
Yeah. Oh, was it churros?
Yeah.
That she was
Churros,
telling
and
us
she was
about?
on Dole Whip too, because
Yeah.
she has like an auction or something. She
That's
runs
right,
an auction,
that's right.
and she was looking for things. I think she was interested in the Dole Whips because you can't find them as many places. I think.
And so she wanted to add them
So
to
she
her.
wanted to add them to her auction because supply and demand or something.
Yep. So she'd make a lot of money off it. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
She was being
She should do that.
strategic. All
Yeah.
right.
I remember we were meeting, so this was when it was like Halloween time. We were meeting Donald. He was in his duffel costume. And we're about to take a picture, but I was wearing my Mickey ears. And he was just flicking at them like, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just like taking them like hide these things. And then
He's so competitive.
And then he gave me a hug afterwards.
Oh, good
To
job.
apologize.
He just like,
Oh my
okay, hug
gosh.
time.
That's great. All right. Any last ones? No. All right. So here's the thing. We have some more questions, but we're about out of time. So I think what we'll do is we will end this week's podcast here, and then we will follow up with a part 2 for next week. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so we appreciate these kids sharing their experiences, and thankfully I think they're willing to stick around a little bit to record another one. But Rory, you want to send us out since they can see you, not me?
Yep, so next week we'll do the second parter. So see you next week.
Bye.